Okay guys, so welcome. And let us get started. Okay, so I think what we have been looking so far at the market is, I think it's been pretty clear guys. So if you guys are watching through these charts, I think you guys could get a little bit of understanding what's actually happening, and I believe you guys should be understanding what you guys are watching. And I think based on this graph alone, one of the main things that you guys should be able to watch out of the market is there's a very clear pattern emerging right now as you guys are watching, that we have been seeing that prices again rebounded and ranging around this range again for tonight. So I think as long as prices keeps on ranging, we couldn't be looking at any clear signs. But there's one thing happening that is quite certain, I would say, that with this kind of market movement, I would say this is just a false breakdown. Eventually prices are retesting the ranging area again, and probably we could see that prices will be falling once we got the confirmations that prices will be dropping. But before that happens, I'm afraid it's going to be a bit slower. Okay, so I'm suspecting that this could be the case, where we are seeing that prices are ranging and ranging, and this kind of market movement isn't as good as you guys are thinking. Because with this kind of movement, what we will be seeing is we are going to prices will be ranging and couldn't offer us any significance in terms of price movement, and that will certainly be a little bit worrying. Because if as long as prices continues to move in this kind of direction, I'm afraid that we are not going to get much of a reactions as usual. It's going to be a little bit of a long market, and we couldn't be doing much with this kind of market movement, guys. Alright, so I think for now it's a good time for us to stay calm, see how it goes and how this market movement works, and try to see once prices moves much better than the range sideways area, we could get something much better on the market. And definitely good evening PL and everyone here on the live streaming sessions, welcome. And so like I said, I would be trying to see how this market movement will be moving, because as long as prices keeps on ranging, we couldn't be seeing much here on this market. Alright, so one of the scenarios that I always prefer is we start to get a breakout on the market. And what do I mean by breakout on the market? So as long as prices keeps on ranging, we couldn't be getting anything, or at the very least when prices start to drop above outside of the box, we could actually start to get something. So for instance, I will always expect that prices may be only two scenarios. First, prices will try to break out higher like this, or prices to break down lower, which I think it could take hours before we actually see some reactions. But if we are lucky enough, we could actually see better and faster market reactions than usual. That could be the case, but it's not always going to happen in that kind of movement. Or sometimes we could just be seeing market ranging inside the box. So that will be the most terrifying things, and not something that we will be expecting coming up from the market. So I would love to see particularly if there's any market reactions. So at the very least, there are a few scenarios that we could be expecting out of this kind of market. First, we could expect that prices break out or break down, but outside of the breakout itself, usually we could be getting something. So on what kind of instances that we could be getting those kind of movements? So first, I will always be expecting to get something similar with, let's say, for instance, that prices immediately goes higher, breaking 3,335, and then suddenly it slows down. But when it slows down, we could actually get a repetition where prices are just stuck within the ranges, and that could be the possibility that we can do a short where we started to get a reversal coming up from the market. So on those kind of scenarios, we can start to do short, especially if prices do reverse on the higher side. And it's also the same case when prices hits the low at 3,315, unable to break down lower, and prices builds up a very great support there, and that could be the start of a long positions around those price. So I'll be expecting on those scenarios where it could be giving us something clearer. But before that, I think most of the time we will be analyzing here on the market so far, guys. Alright, so that's the expectations on what I am looking at the market for now. And if we are watching closely 15-minute time frame charts, I believe we are not getting really much of a reactions as well. So let us try to take a look whether we are getting anything. Let me just delete this so that you guys could see it much clearly. So far, yes, it seems that prices has the tendency to weaken, and the likelihood we are going to see prices to go down or go up, I think we are going to see that prices will be weakened so far. Why I am seeing that? Okay, so later on I'll be showing you guys what I'm looking at the daily charts and why my view is I'm still seeing that today it will be followed by weaknesses, and we can actually see some of the signs happening as well on the market. So first of all, I think if we are looking at just this chart, we can actually see that the prices tonight has actually been moving with a tendency to weaken, and you guys could see that my moving averages are showing that prices are also heading lower. I think that could really give you guys a little bit of a sense where things are going. So from that itself alone should be giving you guys a little bit of help through that alone. And second of all, if you are watching through the past few days or the past few weeks of the market, it has been slowly going down lower, and later I'll be showing you guys from the daily charts so that you guys can actually see much clearly from that kind of perspective itself. Okay, and based on this movement, I'll be expecting that prices will be trying to break down lower 3,320, and we'll see how prices will be reacting near 3,315 area, guys, because I think it's a particularly important price, because the last time where prices tries to break out, afterwards prices has never gone down below 3,315 since yesterday. So I think it's very important number and an important support or resistance area around those price. Okay, so for now I think we'll be seeing a little bit of a slow market as expected, and so far we are still seeing the same reaction as well. So I think we gotta be patient and try to hold on, and getting more confirmation is the best thing. Especially right now we are already watching through 15-minute time frame charts and still nothing much, guys. Okay, so if you guys are enjoying and you guys got a little bit of insight what you guys could do for tonight, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes, and share this video with your friends or anyone that you guys know who is interested to learn and analyze the market together with us, right? Good. And definitely if you guys have any questions, or you guys are having problem in your trades, or if you guys want to discuss a certain markets, you guys are always welcome to chat me or comment. I'll be happy to help you guys, and hopefully I could help you as well. Alright, so let us switch the view towards the daily chart. I'll be switching towards another chart that is much smoother and clearer so that you guys can see things a bit better. Okay, so here we go. So far, why I am saying that I'm expecting that prices should be weakened. So I think the most important scenario that we have been talking so far is how the prices has been moving, and I think that should be the important barrier on the market. And so far, other than the chart pattern that I've been drawing, just ignore that. You guys can actually see there's a one clear thing. Over the past 1 week plus since the 16th of June, where prices is trying to break out higher and failed at 3,430. You're actually seeing that prices has been slowly dropping back down lower and lower, and so far we are not really seeing any positive reactions despite the escalations happening in Middle East, and right now things are already slowed down, things are going much better, and still not a little market reactions are showing any signs of going higher. But instead we are seeing that prices are right now stuck at the lower prices as of now, and even testing the support area at 3,300, especially last night after Fed chair has already been speaking. We are seeing that instead gold is dropping. So I think the tendency is likely to drop, especially tonight. We will be seeing that Fed chair will also be testifying again, continuing his statements. So we shall see how that goes, and based on this kind of market scenarios that we have been watching so far, possibility for prices to go higher as of now, based on the last few weeks, the tendency is likely to range on the neutral or on the most optimistic scenario from what I could be seeing, with all of the ongoing conditions and the fundamental side as well. We are seeing that cases for gold prices to go lower is much higher than to go higher, and if the case for prices to go higher still remains, I think the upside will be very much limited, as I've already been telling you guys since months, starting from April, and I haven't changed my view. Especially, I've told you guys, if prices didn't break out higher, my view is still the same. Possibility ranging, upside will be very limited, and the possibility reversal could be happening. Okay. That's the view on the long run. And if you guys are thinking about bullish on gold, you guys could be bullish, definitely, there's nothing wrong about it, but make sure that you guys don't position yourself or your trades on the opposite side of your charts. Unless you have a proper risk management, then you guys go with it. You can try to do those kind of moves, and I wish you good luck. But certainly from what I could be seeing right now, long-term market movement, it's likely to go down lower, guys. Alright, so that's the view on the gold market on the long-term side, guys. Okay, so that you guys could get a little bit of understanding why I'm particularly seeing from the daily chart, it has been weakened. The overall sentiment over the past few weeks, it also remains doing the same kind of movement as well. So that's why we are leading towards that kind of decisions based on the market reactions that has been giving us that kind of conclusions so far. Okay, so back in this gold chart, nothing much, guys, as usual. Still too early to say. For me, if I'm expecting that prices should be going down, what are the things that I will be expecting happening on the chart? So one of the main things I will be expecting to receive and to get a much better market reaction is definitely, I will be expecting for prices to try break out higher, 3330, 3335, so that we can get a sign of reversal rather than entering right now where we are not really getting any clear market scenario, which could be a very dangerous thing. So first, I'll be expecting to see how prices will be trying to break out and fail, or instead it could be giving us a clear sign that prices is going to break out higher. I think that both scenarios are definitely good, as we can make some moves for today. But if that didn't happen, I think we could be seeing market will be ranging. So personally, I am expecting that since the strength is likely to go higher for now, maybe we are seeing that the US dollar index is weakening a little bit. Maybe that's why we are seeing some signs that the gold is a little bit stronger for now. But so far, yeah, the US dollar index is still a bit the same, nothing much for now. So as you guys could see, the US dollar index still remains a little bit stronger. I would say it's not really strong, but relatively the same, as you guys could see here. Okay, and if you guys are watching, gold is also going up higher, so I think the correlation didn't really work this time. But certainly one of the main things that I will be looking out for is, with the strength coming up, I will try to see how prices will be reacting at 3330, 3335, and then once we get the reversal, then that's the time, guys. Alright, so I'll be expecting to see that first. Alright, so that's the few. If you guys are enjoying our live streaming session so far, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on any important information I've been sharing with you guys. Otherwise, you will be missing out a lot and you guys couldn't get the important information real time, guys. Alright. And also don't forget to share this live streaming sessions with your friends or anyone that you guys know who is interested to learn to trade on the market or analyze. You guys are always welcome here, and I heard chat with me, interactive discussions, how you guys could act along on the market and try to use those kind of movements as well. Okay, it seems that this week we'll still be having important data as usual. Where at the end of the week we will be getting a inflation data coming out from the US side, the core PCE data. So I think this is also one of the key indicators that the Federal Reserve is also looking closely. So we shall see how that goes on, and alongside with a lot of central bank officials speaking, and Euro inflation data is also out, Tokyo as well. Alright, so I think it's still considered a lot of news, and US initial jobless claims will be released also tomorrow alongside with durable goods as the US GDP data as well. So let us see where that brings us, and tomorrow I'll be discussing it closely right at our live streaming sessions a little bit so that you guys could get a little bit of understanding and how you guys could be reacting towards those news as well. Alright, so let us back towards the gold chart again, guys. Alright, even though there's nothing much, I think it's important for us to take a look as well. So it seems that prices hasn't been able to break higher than 3,330. I think that should be the key notice for now. And if prices starts to build out a very clear resistance area at 3,330, I think that could be the sign, guys. Okay. But for now, we are still in waiting mode, guys. Again, nothing much. Okay, so let us try to switch towards the silver market as we haven't been discussing other trading assets. So let us move on, and I'll be back on the gold charts as usual, as this is the main trading assets that we are looking on the market, guys. Alright, so let us switch towards the silver market movement for now. Okay. So let me give you guys a little bit of a discussions what we are looking here. Alright, so what happened yesterday? So it seems that after Fed chair speaks a little bit of a statement, we started to see that silver prices has already been under a bit of a pressure, and that is certainly out of expectations, guys. And like I told you guys yesterday, that I will be seeing that the price drop will be limited after the chart pattern has been showing that kind of pattern, showing us a double top, and I've been telling you guys I'm going to see that prices will be limited. The tendency for silver prices to return towards its ranging range between $35.90 to $36.20 is a huge possibility, and it turns out it perfectly well returned towards its prices, even though the chart pattern is certainly not really well, but it returned, and we started to see that the silver market movement returned towards the range $35.90 to the $36.20 at its highest at the day at $36.05. but eventually prices seems likely to start to follow through with the trend, the minor trend that we have been drawing. And it has been showing us that the market movement has been likely to be a bit weakened, especially after the statement last night. And remember guys that tonight we'll still be having Fed chairs speaking again. So I think that should be affecting the silver market somehow for tonight. And I'll be expecting to get a little bit of a reactions coming up from here, especially if prices starts to drop again for tonight guys. So I think I'll be watching closely, especially if prices drop below the low for today at $35.60. There's a huge room for drops towards $35.30 area. So I'll be watching closely around this area guys, okay? I think this is a little bit of particular a good key moment, I would say, happen on the market. And based on the overall view, gold, silver chart, long-term wise, I think should still remain well on the uptrend on the daily charts, and I think no big issues here, and prices will definitely try to go higher in the long run. But as of now, it seems that prices are still reconsolidating, try to find its balance and try to move higher in the future. But for now, I think it will be trying to test the support at $35 first, and as long as prices could stay above that, I think we should be able to see that silver market has a good potential for prices to continue to go high. Because don't forget guys, we have the ranging movement here appearing since last week I believe, so that should be one of the key things that has also happened. So if we are checking back again, yep, prices do range around those ranges, and it's not a weird thing. And right now we are right at the edge of the ranging area, guys. So it's whether prices could be breaking down lower or not will be totally dependent on this. And once prices breaks down, potential price could hit $35.30 on the silver market movement for tonight. So we shall see when prices start to drop. That's your cue, that's your chance. Okay. So looking at both of the markets right now, seems that gold market movement has been rejecting the 3,330 area, and it seems that prices is weakening. But again, so far the price reaction hasn't been really well. Prices has been a bit slowing down and not really showing us a lot of clear reactions here. I think I gotta be careful, because definitely yes, the tendency right now is weakening. The potential for prices to drop is really high, but I would love to get more follow through on this kind of market movement. And if we start to get something similar to the confirmations that we are getting, I'll be immediately telling you guys there's a good chance. So if you guys love to trade on a very short term, trying to chase 20-30 pips, I think right now could be a very good time for you guys to try to enter your trades around this kind of price. Stop losses could be very tight because prices hasn't been going far. You guys could definitely consider that. I will be trying to stay put, trying to see how things go for now. As I'm still seeing that the US dollar index still hasn't been moving a lot, so maybe I will be waiting for a little bit of a momentum to get a clear indications to see how things will be going. But certainly I've already been telling you guys my bias for tonight. Okay. That my bias is still likely to see prices to go lower, but again, I would prefer to get a much better market movement rather than the ones like this, guys. Okay, so if you guys are scalping, be careful, but I would suggest that I will be expecting to see prices should be trying to range for now around these hours. Prices is a little bit slower. Until I get a clear momentum, I won't be doing much for now. Okay. So since prices hasn't been moving much on both gold and silver, I think we can take a few minutes to see how the gold market movement will be moving. And if we are not really seeing anything clear, we will be switching towards the US dollar index, because behind gold, XAU, XAG and silver, we are seeing that there's a pair against the US dollar index. So let us take a closer look later on together on the US dollar index, guys. Okay, for now we'll try to pay attention and see how this market movement works. And right now we are watching through 15-minute time frame charts, just in case you guys are asking about it. Okay, so it seems that there's nothing much. Let us move on and try to see how things will be moving next here on this market. Okay, so seems there's been some movement and there's a little bit of a small news happening on the market, which I am seeing that is affecting the market a little bit. So it turns out that there's some mortgage application numbers, and so far the expectations in the long run, we are started to see that the prices on the long-term yields will start to go down. I think that should mean something, and we should be able to see some market reactions as well. And gold hasn't budged a lot, so let us view what's been going on the market. Okay, so let me switch towards the 1 hour time frame charts. I don't think it's appropriate for us to see it through 15-minute time frame charts on this US dollar index. So one of the first clear things I think I need to mention to you guys, that a short notifications that officially that the prices has been breaking out record prices on the US 100. So I think that is something that you guys need to take a note, that stock indices has been breaking record prices already on these numbers, and it has also even touched the bubble bottom scenario on the stock indices, as you guys could see right here. So the bubble bottom and prices eventually goes up really quick and hit the target that we have been watching. Okay, so I think this is a very good sign, and it seems that the stock indices has a long way to go on the higher grounds, especially with the US dollar index weakening on the long run. They should be moving really well. Just a short notification for you guys to know. Alright, so if you guys asking me, long or short, definitely it's a long, guys. Okay, so prices on the stock equity, US 100, Nasdaq 100 has already been bullish. Prices hits the highest price ever in the history. Okay, so likely to be longing these positions as well. I'll be trying to see. But certainly the tricky thing to trade on the stock indexes is the range is quite big, and in terms of pips it's a bit huge. But if you guys could adjust your risk, open small lot sizes, you guys could still manage well to trade on this indices market. Alright, so just a notification. Okay, let us return towards the US dollar index. Okay, so one of the first things that we have been looking so far is we have been seeing, yes, prices has continued to go down lower after hitting the high at $99 yesterday. And so far, I've been only just seeing one thing, that the US dollar index has continued its journey towards building that lower low price. And with that, I think it's still very much in line with the view that we have been drawing over the last few days, guys. So the lower high, lower low, it's still very much accomplished, and right now it's on the way to build up another lower low. So I think there's nothing much to be told, but certainly the trend is very clear that since last night, especially with a lot of events are going, yes, US dollar index is a little bit weakened, and today on the Asian session, prices started to go up a little bit higher, but eventually prices drops, and the drop is just starting right off as of now. So I think this is a good chance where we are starting. There is a good possibility that the US dollar index will continue to drop, and maybe that's why we are also seeing that the gold market started to range again. Couldn't be giving us any confirmations as the US dollar index starts to drop pretty quick over the past 1 hour compared to the past, let's say, 6 and 7 hours ago before the last hour. So before 2 hours ago, prices has been going quite strong. That's why we have already been seeing that the gold has been under a little bit of pressure. So afterwards, let us try to see what's going on there. Maybe there's been some of a change, but ultimately this really just reconfirms our view that the long-term market movement is still very much intact, that we should be able to see that the US dollar index will be dropping and going down lower and lower on the long run, guys. Okay, so the view still remains the same, nothing has changed, and that kind of view still remains there, guys. Okay, and with this kind of move, I'm expecting to see that the US dollar index will be under pressure quite much for now. Alright, so that's the view on the long run. Short term, long run, everything still remains the same, nothing much has changed, and it seems that prices are likely to go down lower, guys. I think that's been very clear. Alright, and if we return towards the gold chart right now, I'm expecting to see not a lot of market reactions, as I've told you guys. That we are likely to see that prices will be rebounding. As you guys know, that the US dollar index weakened, and we are likely to see that the gold market will try to rebound, as it has happened as of now. So I think this is a good case, maybe like again trying to test the high 3330, 3335, and we'll try to see how that goes on. But for now, market movement is still unclear, it's still ranging. I'm also expecting the same thing happening on the silver market, rebounding at the support 35.70 cents. So I think it's going to take some time before we start to see any clearer market reactions on both trading assets. Okay, so I think after the discussions that we have on the US dollar index, I will be trying to see what else could be coming out on the other currency market. As you guys know, everything is correlated. And one of the key things I could be watching very clearly for tonight is that the Japanese yen is weakening. I think that is a very undeniable sign. It has been dropping quite fast, and I'm sure you guys can also see it on your own. And that should only mean one thing, that the chances that prices could be moving much better on the US dollar, Japanese yen, or even across most of the currency pairs still exist, guys. And remember that the Swiss franc has moved really well, and I think Swiss franc, Japanese yen could be moving really well. So I think I'll be taking a closer look on those markets just by looking at a slight view of here, and maybe we can also try to take a closer look also across most of the other currency pairs as well. So for now, I'll let you guys to take a look. What are your thoughts about it? What are your views about it? And I'll be trying to view it here as well and give you guys a little bit of a conclusion and what are the implications on the other currency market movement later on. Okay. So what are the conclusions you're getting out from here? So I think it's been very clear that one thing, yeah, the Japanese yen is weakening. Meanwhile, the New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar is very strong. Meanwhile, the US dollar is slightly a little bit weakened, and together with most of the other currencies, it's a little bit mixed, as you guys could see, that the Swiss franc, pound sterling, Canadian dollar is also a little bit mixed. So I think the best choice to do trades that is quite certain with the momentum that is ongoing is certainly appearing coming out from the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, NZD Japanese yen, as well as the possibility that Swiss franc against Japanese yen could be a very good trade. Meanwhile, some other currency like Australian dollar against USD, NZD USD seems likely to be considered as one of the good trading bets that could be coming out from tonight. So later on I'll be taking a look with you guys together and try to see what is going on there. So far, the gold market is still trying to rebound, ranging between the 3322 towards the 3330 area, and we shall see how that the gold market will be reversing or whether prices could continue to go higher. And it's still a little bit too early to say, with this kind of market movement hasn't been able to offer a lot of things, and it has been ranging quite much just now. So we would love to see more market action later on, especially I've told you guys I will be trying to watch out how prices will be reacting at 3330, and if the signs are pretty clear that prices couldn't break out higher than 3330, I think that is a very clear signs again. So let us watch through the currency charts for now. AUD Japanese yen. So we can see that Australian dollar Japanese yen has been moving really well, and I think that should be a very clear sign. Yes, Australian dollar Japanese yen could go even higher. So the momentum is still there. Make sure that you guys take use of this momentum for now. The prices continues to go higher and not showing any signs of slowing down as of now. And I think that is a very good sign if prices continues to go higher with this kind of movement on this market. Alright, so other than the Australian dollar Japanese yen, you can actually see that the New Zealand dollar Japanese yen is actually moving, has been quite well over the past 14 hours. Prices have already continued to go higher and higher from the lows from $87, and right now we are seeing that prices is at $87.80. So I think this is a good chance also consisting in this market, especially if you guys are switching towards shorter time frame. You guys will actually see that the momentum is there, prices continues to go higher. So I think this is still a very good scenario that you guys could use against the weakening Japanese yen market. And other than that, I think US dollar Japanese yen could still stood a chance, even though prices will be fairly limited. But you guys could consider how the market movement will be working there, especially Japanese yen is weakening and US dollar still remains slightly weakened, and there's a chance for price to go higher. But definitely the momentum will be on the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar for the longs against the weakening Japanese yen. And remember that the CHF Japanese yen market is still there, where CHF has already been breaking record prices, and this is a good chance for you guys to take a closer look on how this CHF Japanese yen market movement is quite an appealing market for you guys to trade on the long. So if you guys asking me what are the views for tonight currency market movement that you guys could consider on the currency strength chart side. So one of the things, Australian dollar Japanese yen and New Zealand dollar Japanese yen is definitely the best choice coming up from the currency strength charts, showing us the best momentum of the strongest against the weakest currency pair for tonight. And also a notable mention coming up the Swiss franc, where they have already been deciding to cut interest rates coming out from the Swiss National Bank, and they are seeing that the Swiss currency itself has been going quite strong. And another notable mention, other than the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen, we are actually seeing that the US dollar Japanese yen has a good momentum, even though right now the US dollar is slightly weakening, so be a little bit cautious there. So the best momentum is still existing on the Australian against the Japanese yen as well as the New Zealand dollar. Right, so pay attention on those currency, and if you guys are enjoying our live streaming session so far, don't forget to give us your thumbs up, give us your likes, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on any important informations that I'll be sharing with you guys across these live streaming sessions every day from Monday to Friday. And if you guys are just following us right now, I'm sure that you guys have been missing out on some key important informations like the ones I've been sharing on gold, like the ones I've been sharing on silver, as well as the US dollar market. So if you guys don't want to miss that out, don't forget to click that follow and subscribe button, and share this video with your friends or anyone that you guys know who is interested to learn how to analyze, how to trade the market. And if you guys want to have interactive discussions with me right here, you guys are welcome to chat me, ask me any questions about trading, certainly, and also any problem that you guys are facing throughout the market on trading. Hopefully I could help you guys as well. Okay, so again, we'll try to see out how this works. And so far the gold market movement is still slightly ranging sideways and hasn't been able to offer us a lot of signs. So again, I'll be closely trying to watch, and if there's anything good happening on this market, I'll be letting you guys know. So far along the live streaming sessions, we haven't been able to get much, other than the movement on the currency market is much better, I would say, even though the momentum could be slightly weakening later on. So always be paying careful attention towards this market, but certainly the momentum on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, NZD Japanese yen still existed very well on this market for tonight. So that's why I've been recommending for you guys to take a look on the currency market, because sometimes currency market can offer us something much better as well. Okay, and seems everything is fine here. And let me go back towards the gold market, see is there anything going on there. So far not yet. Prices is still trying to test the resistance at 3330, as I've been mentioning to you guys across the live streaming sessions. And let us see how that works, whether prices will be follow throughing and goes higher, or instead prices will be just slowing down around these ranges and didn't showing us any momentum for now, guys. Okay, so if you guys are enjoying and get some insight into the market, don't forget to give us your thumbs up and likes and share this video. And if you guys haven't followed and subscribed, you guys have missed out on some important informations on real time. You guys definitely don't want to miss out the next time when I'm doing the live streaming session. So go ahead and click the follow and subscribe button, guys. Alright, okay. Let me check other things first. Okay, like I've told you guys, stock indices has been moving higher, record prices is already in place. So don't forget to check this out, guys. I think something interesting could be happening for tonight if prices continues to break out higher and higher. And like I said, the only limitation is in terms of pips. It's a little bit huge, but if you guys control your lot sizes, trading in here is very much exciting, and good chances that this kind of movement could be very well moved and could provide a huge profit margin as well for you guys. Alright, so you guys could definitely consider in those kind of aspect and try to think on how this long-term market movement could be benefiting your trades on the long run, guys. Okay. Okay, so prices continues to break out higher. Stock indices on the US Nasdaq 100 is moving very much well, guys. Right, so pay attention. Good chances could happen there. Meanwhile, gold has starts to drop. I think this could be the signs. Let me switch to 5-minute charts. Possible prices hits the high at that price again and again. Probably some signs are appearing. Maybe let us try to take a closer look on shorter time frame, and maybe there are some chances could be happening. But so far I think it's just a slight drop after testing the resistance. Chart pattern wise didn't really show anything much, so I think we shall try to see how this goes. And certainly it's a very clear thing, prices couldn't break out higher than 3,330, and that's a very good sign and show the resistance is still very much intact. But again, the tendency for ranging is really huge. We would love to see how that goes on. Okay, as you guys know, what I've been telling you guys, if prices starts to break down over, this could be the sign that we are waiting for, and it seems that there's a continuation for that to happen, despite, yep, prices has been moving quite fast and good chances could be appearing soon. So let us see how that goes. Ultimately, there are chances for that to happen, as you guys are watching closely. So I will also be watching closely to see how this market reactions will be working next, guys. Okay. And prices ranging once again, so that's why we haven't been able to get a lot of interesting things happening here, and I think we should focus on the other markets for now. Okay, so let me check a little bit on what's been happening on the silver market. Oh, it seems that prices dropped, but it seems that prices has the tendency to range again, so not that much interesting. And I think all market could be offering us something that not a lot of people are watching carefully here. So let me watch and analyze with you guys together what's happening here on this market. Okay, so one of the biggest things that has been happening since last night is we have been seeing that oil prices drop, but things started to slow down, and I think that is certainly a very positive sign. But one of the major differences that I've been telling you guys with how the oil market has been moving so far, the tendency for prices to drop is really huge, guys, especially with how things has been moving and possibly building up a potential bear flag. I'm expecting to see oil prices could be hitting below $60 on the long run, guys, because one of the first things that we are watching closely is prices has been building up an uptrend, and that trend has been broken down immediately in just one day, and prices has been dropping really fast and really builds up the runway for prices to build up that bear flag. And across the time, we are still seeing that weaknesses are still appearing across the market, and if prices starts to break lower than the market barrier at $65.70 around here, 80 cents, there's a good chances we can see that all prices will be dropping even much further on this market, guys. So I think this is something worth paying attention to, because we have also been giving out trading ideas on our premium signal groups today on the oil market, and we have really been making some good profits and continuing. I'm seeing good chances for tonight. Maybe we could be seeing prices will be touching the low at $65 if prices continues to break down lower. So this is something really worth paying attention if you guys are watching carefully across the other markets, where gold market hasn't been moving a lot, silver market hasn't been moving a lot, but the only thing that has been moving in a much clearer trend for tonight is coming up from the oil market. And I think this is the market that you guys could take advantage and make some good moves, especially if prices breaks down below $65.80 on the short term. Okay, but what about the long term view? It still remains intact. Unfortunately, it's still the same as prices has been dropping really fast, and good chances we are seeing that this downtrend movement is really huge. The momentum really shifted just in a matter of night and matter of hours, and it seems that the possibility that we are going to see that these continuations will be continuing is really huge, and we'll be testing the support at around $63, $60 at that target site. And if prices continues to drop down lower, I'm suspecting that we are going to see that this is a part of a false breakout occurring coming out from the war, and we could be actually seeing that oil prices will be dropping eventually on the long run. Especially if the bear flag did really happen, we are actually seeing good chances that this could be the start where we could be seeing oil prices returning below $60 for this year once again, guys. So there's a huge chance for that to happen, and this could be one of the cases we are seeing one of it happening again for twice in the same year itself. After breaking down below, hitting back almost $80 and then dropping back below $60 once again. So there are the possibilities happening, and certainly support area around here will be also very key. Let us see how prices will be reacting towards those prices once it hits there. And certainly, like I said, bear flag is definitely in motion. Be careful as prices, if continues to weaken, unless prices continues to move on a ranging and prices continues to go up higher, building up a very good base, that's a different story. But if prices continue to break down lower, this is something that you guys need to watch carefully, as there are chances to make good trades out of this market momentum on this all market trade, guys. So if you guys are interested to get my trading ideas on how I will be trading on the oil market, you guys are welcome to click the link on the video descriptions or on my profile, where you guys could be getting trading ideas like the ones I've been sharing on the market, like this one, guys. Okay, so I've been sharing the trade on the oil market tonight, and you guys could actually get this for free. And if you guys want to know how you guys could get those, you guys could click the link on the video descriptions and chat me through that link, because I'll be showing you guys how you guys could get this kind of trading ideas and without paying any fee. Okay, and so far all market is much more interesting compared with the gold itself. Gold market hasn't been able to move a lot, prices has just been ranging and ranging, and certainly that's why I've been switching my focus towards the other trading pair, such as the oil market, such as the stock indices, where there are clear trends happening across those trading assets. But so far we are not really seeing much on the gold market, we are not really seeing much on the silver market. As you guys could see, prices just keeps on ranging so far. So that's why let us try to wait out and analyze and see what other markets is much more interesting compared towards the gold and the silver market trade that hasn't been able to give us a lot of trading movements on this market, guys. Alright, so all market is certainly something that you guys need to watch closely, as prices continues and tries to break down lower than $65.80 as of now. And just a short notification for you guys, we have already been hitting our second profit target on our premium signal group. So if you guys are interested to join and you guys could get it for free, head on, click the link on the video descriptions or my profile, and I'll show you guys how you guys could get it without paying any money, guys. Alright, so welcome if you guys wanted to join it. And certainly right now the chances for prices on oil to drop is really huge, especially after prices break down below the $65.80 barrier. And if the continuity happens on the market, we could actually be seeing that prices will be testing the lows at $65 for tonight, guys. So pay close attention. Okay, so since there's nothing much remarkable on these trading assets, let us see how that goes. Okay, so far anything remarkable. Prices are still slowing down. We shall wait, guys. At the very least, silver markets drop, so I think there's something much better appearing here. Okay, so maybe I'll be switching my focus here on this market for now, where something could be happening here on this market. But again, seems that prices has been ranging again. Okay. So I think maybe good chances could be appearing here on this market. But again, be careful. Okay, instead all prices starts to rebound again, so that really changed the whole view. So we shall see how that goes on, whether prices will be building a support at $66 on the oil market. And right now gold has the potential to drop, but so far prices hasn't been continuing the momentum that we are expecting to see that follow through, that prices will be dropping. So I think I'll be staying put for now, trying to see how the market will be reacting until the end of our live streaming sessions, and hopefully we can see something much better happening there. If not, this could be a pretty risky market movement that we are watching so far, guys. Okay. So if you guys are asking me, if you guys wanted to enter the trades like this market movement, I would suggest if you guys could enter the lower the better. Definitely that will be the best choice and the best market scenario on the market with this kind of market movement, as we are not really seeing much despite the tendency for prices to weaken. It's really huge, but be careful, your entry prices could be giving you guys a better safety limit for you guys as well. Alright, and definitely the tendency right now with gold prices tries to weaken, but nothing much. I would suggest that you guys could try to take a look at the silver market, guys. Alright, silver market certainly has been moving much better, and probably the room for bigger drops is obviously existing there. Okay, so I think it's worth to take a look, especially with this ranging market movement. It's a pretty slow market, guys. Alright. a drop on the gold market. Maybe we should be seeing soon here, but it seems it's going to take time, so let us see. Okay, so prices hasn't been able to move much. Silver, while gold probably could start breakdown and give us the momentum that we are looking for. So I think momentum should be moving much better right now on the gold, as prices will try to break down over 3,320, but I think it's still some way to go. And if you guys do notice that prices are still very much close to 3324 area, guys. So I would love to see how that goes. So still too early to say. Okay, so it seems that silver market movement is ranging again, so we shall see how that goes. Momentum is right now moving much better on the lower side for the gold compared to the silver, and there's a huge likelihood that with the silver rebounding, there's also chances that the gold will also be rebounding there. So I'll be taking a closer look on both markets until the end, and later on I'll be giving you guys a little bit of a recap what we can expect with this kind of market movement. Okay. Okay, so nothing much again. Prices are rebounding, ranging, not showing us anything much, guys. Okay, so let us see. Silver market is also showing that same kind of tendency. So let us see how this works, because once we are seeing silver or gold weakening, we should be able to see that both of them will start to move much lower, guys. Alright, but if that doesn't happen, we are going to see this kind of market reactions. Okay, meanwhile at the same time, we're seeing that all market drops. Stock indices on the US side has been continue breaking higher grounds, so I think that is a positive sign, and I believe should be spreading across the other stock indices as well. I believe that's usually be the case. Okay, so since we are ending our live streaming session soon, I'll be giving you guys a little bit of recap right now, guys. Okay, so one of the things that a lot of people are watching carefully as of now is whether the possibility that gold prices could start breaking down below 3,320. I think that will be a very key thing. If prices could break down lower and start its drop, we could be expecting that prices should be trying to retest the support at 3,315 area. And we shall see how that goes on, because right now on the silver market, prices are right now retesting again whether prices could break down below $35.70, and when that price drops, there's a huge chance that prices could be testing the $35.50 for the silver market movement. Meanwhile, on the oil movement, from what I've been seeing so far, prices are still trying to test the support at $65.80, and if prices stays below $65.80, there's a chances that prices could be hitting $65 for tonight at its lowest. So we shall see how that goes on. Right now it's still been ranging. Despite weaknesses, we are still seeing that prices hold itself pretty well at the support area at $65.80. And moving on towards this currency market, like I've told you guys initially, has been moving much better, and despite weaknesses earlier on, we are still seeing that the continuations is still very well. and with the Japanese yen index starts to have a rebound and the Australian dollar weakening a little bit alongside with the New Zealand dollar, you guys should be careful a little bit. But so far the momentum could be continuing, and remember the notable mentions such as the CHF Japanese yen is still ongoing really well, and with the US dollar Japanese yen could be moving again. So try to pay attention on the notable mention on the Swiss franc Japanese yen. I think that could be moving much better. Alright, so I hope you guys have been enjoying the live streaming session so far, and if you guys have been able to get some great insights on how you guys hit positions yourself for tonight, that's a good thing. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, give us your likes, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on any key important informations that I've been sharing with you guys so far. And definitely hope to see you guys on the VIP live sessions. If you guys wanted to hear more about what's happening last night that really helped to push down the gold prices, broke below 3,300, and what's happening on the oil market, if you guys wanted to get those access, click the link on the video descriptions or my profile and chat me. You guys wanted access on the VIP live sessions, you guys wanted to get trading ideas like this, and hope to see you guys on the VIP live sessions, if not tomorrow. See you guys, bye.